Hi everyone, I'm Sabrina, one of the lawyers at Verity Law. When we pass, most of our assets will be immediately frozen. We need to apply to the court for a probate certificate before assets can be unfrozen and given to beneficiaries.
But I heard there is high cost to apply for probate, and those costs must be paid upfront.
Unfortunately, that is correct. First, there is around $2,500 to $10,000 of legal fees. This depends on whether you have a valid will, the dollar amount of the total estate, and how complicated an estate file is.
What would be a simple probate?
A simple probate is one where there is a valid will, the appointed executor is a Canadian resident, the deceased has bank accounts and investments with not more than 3 banks, and there is only one real estate property, being the principal residence. The total estate value is under $1 million. For a case like this, we routinely charge our lowest fee of $2,500.
And a complicated probate?
A complicated probate would be no will, multiple beneficiaries, higher estate value, usually $2 million or higher, many types of assets such as investment properties, bank accounts, and investments with 5 or more financial institutions and private companies. For those, we charge anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000.
And if there is no executor who is a Canadian resident?
Then we, as a lawyer, can be executor for 5% of the total estate value.
Are there other costs?
Yes, funeral fee is on average $30,000. The 1.5% estate administration taxes, which must be paid when applying for probate, can be $14,250 for a $1 million estate and $44,250 for a $3 million estate. This tax can be paid by the executor out of pocket, or the executor can apply to have the bank pay for it from the deceased account. The bank application to process this is slow and complicated.
And the deceased must have $44,250 of cash in the bank to start with.
Yeah, that's correct. Lastly, there is also the real estate maintenance fee and mortgage. Until probate is approved, which can take several months to several years, the executor cannot sell the deceased property. This means someone needs to pay for the mortgage, property taxes, maintenance and repair fees, condo management fees, etc.
That can easily cost tens of thousands of dollars each year.
That's right. And the bank can always demand the executor pay back the entire mortgage outstanding, not just the monthly mortgage amount, when the property owner passes, because the income tax was done against the property owner, not the executor.
They can do this even if the executor is keeping up with monthly mortgage payments?
Yes, they can. So it's best to receive probate certificate within 6 months of the deceased passing and have a signed offer to sell or signed refinance mortgage pre-approval shortly after. Otherwise, the executor must find a way to pay back the entire mortgage outstanding.
So let's do a calculation of upfront fees required to get your inheritance.
Okay, well, let's do it. So a good case scenario for a simple estate is around $4,000 legal fees, $30,000 funeral expense, $14,250 taxes, and $500,000 mortgage outstanding, which must be paid before the bank completes power of sale, within 6 months to a year after the deceased passed away.
So a good case scenario is $4,000 paid out of pocket and around $45,000 paid from deceased bank account. Bad case scenario, add another $500,000 to pay for mortgage because probate and selling the property is taking more than 1 year. So total of around $550,000 to receive a $1 million inheritance.
That's right.
Of course, all of this can be solved with having enough death benefit on your insurance policies. To receive insurance money, there is no need for a will or a probate application. All the beneficiary needs to do is contact the insurance advisor, answer some basic questions, and provide the death certificate issued by the funeral home. In most cases, the insurance company would release $50,000 immediately to cover upfront costs. This is more than enough to cover legal fees, funeral costs, and even estate administration taxes for smaller estates. Then, within 1 to 2 weeks, the rest of the death benefit would be given to the beneficiary. Depending on the policy, the death benefit can be anywhere from tens of thousands of dollars to several million dollars. This is usually enough to pay off all mortgage outstanding. so the beneficiaries do not need to worry about power of sale from the bank. They would be free to choose to sell the property or transfer it under their own names after probate is approved.
That's amazing. What a simple solution.
For sure. Let's go back to Sam and Linda's case. Let's say Sam has a $1 million life insurance policy with his wife Linda as the beneficiary. When he passed away, Linda contacts the insurance advisor and provides the required documents. The insurance company may quickly release $50,000 to help cover immediate expenses. Linda can use this to pay for $4,000 in legal fees, $30,000 in funeral costs, and $14,250 in estate administration taxes. After about 2 weeks, Linda would receive the remaining $950K death benefit. She can use part of this to pay off the $500,000 mortgage and still have funds left support her living expenses while she waits for the probate application to be approved.
What a great solution. In conclusion, to address the high upfront cost of receiving your inheritance, it's essential to set up your will, your asset list, and your insurance policies as soon as you have assets in Canada.